not with the head. Brand storytelling isn't just a marketing strategy. It is a strategic narrative to create emotion and communicate values through authentic and compelling human stories. We shall be exploring the world of brand storytelling today. And today we have a seasoned marketing and certified brand strategist with over a decade of expertise across health, telecommunication, and media. Adedotun Ajibade is the Media and Insights Manager at Right Food Limited, where he oversees strategic marketing efforts across diverse brand portfolio. And thank you so much for joining on the show today.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, and I must say you look so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are looking at brand storytelling today,
Yeah.
and we know that it is very imperative for brands to tell stories. So let's look at it this way. How important is brand storytelling in this age?
Okay. So the question, I'll first answer from the point of what is even the storytelling. Because sometimes you need to understand the concept, and then so that you can now dissect it. So storytelling, I will speak from 4 angles, and I will say the first thing is that there's a subject matter, and there's a conflict, and there's let's say how or justifications and the results. So in this age that we are, storytelling is actually important, and the reason being that for a brand to really understand or to win the heart of the consumer, you must be able to tell a story. And the story comes from the number one thing. The brand is not the subject matter. It is the consumer that is the subject matter. So they are the hero. And your hero must be projected in everything you do. Now, how will you tell a good story if there is nothing to solve? There must be a problem. That's why I said it's a conflict. And that's the point whereby there is a problem that you want to solve. And that's why I always ask these people that if you have a product, there must be a problem that the product is trying to solve.
Exactly.
And there must be someone that the product wants to make to become hero. And it is not you, the owner of the brand or the brand. It is the consumer of the brand. There's a brand I will not mention the name, but I'm sure that during the course of the show, you understand the brand. They always see their users as the winner. So they see them as resilient. They see them as the someone that have fear, that have troubles, but using that product as in take away the fear and make you a winner. And they talk about just do it. Just do it. So just do it doesn't sell the product, but they sell assurance. So when you put on the product, there's something at the back of your mind that with this product, I'm going to win. And that is what storytelling is all about. So storytelling is just that thing of making the consumer the hero, solving their problem, and at the end of the day, making their fear to become at least solved. So that is it. And that's why you see that in this age that we are, storytelling is something that is required.
Interesting. I love the analogy you gave. And first, it is to say that the consumers are at the center of it. Exactly. Because that means brand storytelling is consumer centric. It focuses on consumers. And at the end of the day, they become the heroes, not even the brand.
Exactly.
And it's also recognizing the struggles, the challenges of the consumers.
Exactly.
And that is why the product is there to serve a purpose.
Exactly.
Because sometimes brands always think it's all about their products first.
No.
They put the why first before trying to, tell the story to the brand and all. So thank you very much for that. So let's look at this way. You've laid emphasis on, you've built something very tangible around what brand storytelling is all about. Now let's look at the fact that there are a lot of storytellers and many brands out there. So what makes a brand story memorable and convincingly relatable? Because we've seen a lot of stories out there, but what is that thing that makes this brand story very memorable that I would always remember, and it's so much in a way convinces me and so relatable?
Okay, so I always like to give examples so that at least to make it relatable. And there's a particular bank in this country that talks about, always say, one customer bank. Now, every campaign that you want to do or every story, there must be one consumer at, in your mind. So which means that when I speak to general masses, everyone that falls into that category should see themselves in the story. And that's why it becomes relatable. That's why it becomes something that I will not forget. That's why it becomes something that when I think about the particular problem, that brand becomes a solution that I go to. And why am I saying this is that there have been instances whereby people are coming to with a problem to you, and you tell them that have they tried this product. So you become an advocate for them because of how convincing they are and how there's something called consumer insight, understanding the consumer. So there's a thing about the consumer is that once you know the consumer, you understand them, and that's why you do a deep dive into consumer to know who they are. And it's also still go back to that beginning of the storytelling, understanding the reason for the product, understanding the pain point of the consumer that you're trying to solve. So when you bring that solution to the table, by anything you bring around the product, they will remember. They remember. So that's how it is. So consumer insights, understand it, know their problem, and bring that solution. Then they will remember you.
So in a nutshell, every story ensures that you are trying to look at a problem. And that way of you looking at that problem, it must be very authentic, because it shows from the fact that, okay, I recognize the fact that, oh, and it's not just you recognizing the problem, it's more or less like you putting yourself in their shoes. Because
Exactly.
if you do not put yourself in their shoes, there is no way you can really understand how they feel.
Exactly.
And you made mention of the fact that you just have to go you can go to early lens to understand what the consumers' challenges are.
Yeah, so once you understand the problem, one of the things that I say as problem these days is that most product owners, they are looking at the profit, the value that comes to them, not minding the satisfaction that goes to the consumer. And that's the problem. But when you focus on the consumer first, what happens is that you get value. You get value. So the value becomes something that comes to you in abundance because there's a solution. And that's it. And let me just share this. Sometimes when in meetings and there's a product, and the people in the boardrooms are actually saying something about, oh, I like it. What comes to mind is that you don't need to like it. The target audience, do they like it? You might like it in the boardroom, but if the target audience we are looking at they don't like it, then it means it will not fly. Because the fact that I'm in the boardroom means that I'm on tie, I'm on suit, I'm under AC. But the product is meant to cater for somebody that is sweating under the sun. If you love it, that means it caters to you, that you're comfortable. Then you should be able to cater for those that are on the street. So you can see the way it works. So when you understand them, you bring a product for them, and then you get value. The value that you get is the money that comes to your pocket. So it's a 50-50 thing. It's a win-win thing.
So that means at the end of the day, when you are trying to solve the problem, that is you offering the value to them. Then the value also comes back to you in a form of reward, which is the profit you make from it. Now, this is very beautiful, and I love the fact that you are a brand strategist yourself. You understand how these dynamics work. But looking at it, sometimes people say, oh, it's all interesting when you just talk about all these things. You have to recognize their challenges. You just have to put yourself in their shoes and all of that. But let us look at it. Because naturally there will be some obvious gaps that exist when it comes to brand storytelling. So let's look at it. What are some of the obvious gaps or mistakes that are common to brands when it comes to telling stories?
Yeah, so for the gaps, one of the things is that when you identify a problem and you are actually meant to provide a solution, it must be like the same solution to the problem that you've identified. So, for example, now somebody's come to you that, oh, I'm hungry, and you are giving them word of encouragement. The thing is, that's not the solution.
Exactly.
Word of encouragement can come afterward. You can tell them afterward about how they needed to take care of their lives. But at the point, food is important. So when you've identified the problem, the gaps, that, okay, we are not telling the story, and storytelling is about emotion. Storytelling is what makes your consumer to become loyal to you.
Mm.
Storytelling is what makes them to think first about your product. If I ask you now that there's some products probably you've been using for a while, and I ask you why, you are not even giving a reason, but you're just in
Loyal.
loyal to them, and that is where this comes into play. So, giving them the right thing at the right time, that is so the gap. So the gap is you've identified the problem, then also offer the solution, the right solution at the right time.
That's so insightful because it's in a nutshell, it means that if at the end of the day a brand recognizes a problem and they are not giving the right solution to that problem, so the gaps linger on. So there's no way it can be bridged because you are not offering the right solution to them. So it's the way to just bridge it is you recognizing the problem, the challenges, then you offer or provide the right solution to that. So beautiful. And now we'll be talking about brand storytelling, and people are just like, okay, these guys have just been saying all of these things, and they are just trying to say, okay, when you talk about brand storytelling, you know that you are trying to talk about how you can connect as a brand to your consumer's emotion, how you can make your story relatable, and you ensuring that your consumers are heroes, which is beautiful. But let's look at it now. This brand storytelling we are talking about, how is it related to campaigns, to marketing and advertising?
Okay, let me just in the simple term, and I will say it this way. The story is, I will call it the foundation. And the other part, which is the campaign, the advertising, the marketing, are the structure that comes on it. Or let me put it this way, the story is the center and they pick from it. Now, it is the story that you've already crafted, the emotions about the brand that advertising, leverage on. Campaign is just like a line, but that line is coming from something, and it's coming from your story. So, for example, the shoe brand we talk about, there's an energy drink that says "Embrace the Tree." Embrace the Tree is a campaign, but the brand is actually telling you a story, telling you that with this brand you'll be able to actually face your challenges. With this brand, you'll be able to actually, probably mental alertness and all those things. That's what the brand is saying. That's the brand story. Now the brand is not saying embrace the tree. Embrace the tree is the campaign. So you can see that the campaign is coming from the story. So for every campaign you see out there, they are actually meant to come from the story. And now, if the story is not now addressing the problem of the consumer, that means your campaign will be failed. That's in fact dead on arrival. So your advertisements now is not in the form of probably your out of home, your billboard, your digital, your below the line and all those things. They are also coming from your story. They are also coming from the brand essence. They're also coming from the brand offer and the unique selling point and all those things that we can talk about brand. So you can see that all these things are centered around the story. And that is why it's important to actually tell the right story. Because if your story is wrong, then all the other three things are going to be wrong.
If your story is wrong, every other thing will be wrong. If you have not picked anything from what we have said so far, this is very deep. So that means no matter the marketing strategies, no matter the advertisements, no matter every other thing you are trying to look at, campaigns, even workshops you are trying to do, at the end of the day, if the storytelling is wrong, you cannot achieve every other thing.
Exactly.
Now, I want to come a bit personal, and because you are a brand strategist and all that. So we've talked about the fact that, the brands or the products are just a means of a guide. That means they just guide people and the consumers are heroes and all that. Let us look at it in the practical sense of it now. How do we then say truly, when it comes to brand storytelling, how do you position your brand as a guide and the consumers as hero? Because you've talked about that you have to identify, what their challenges are. For instance, this is a mug. Somebody needs to take coffee or tea. So all you are offering with such consumer is this.
I always like to use story to at least make things interesting. We all want to go to, let's say, Abuja, for example, from Lagos. We can either use go by road or go by air. You can fly. Now, there are two brands. A transport company will say, okay, I'll give you a car. And I will say, I'll take you by air, so fly. We are all going to the same place.
Yes.
But we are getting there at different time and different comforts. And safety also different.
Yeah.
Now, one might spend 12 hours on the road. One will do like 1 hour, 30 or 45 minutes. But the question is, who gets there first? And who will get there and feel like I've experienced something? Now, as a brand, being the guide and making your hero, now you've offered the solution and you're offering them. But how are you offering the solution? Are you offering them solution that at the end of the day, they say, why do I even take this solution from this brand? Because I couldn't get it at the right time. So some elements makes it interesting as a brand being a guide. And I will speak from the point of the fact that brand needs to offer with a good experience. And that's why some brands today, they will tell you that, people will tell you that they will pay more to get a brand because of the experience. Now, two brands offer the same. If I ask
services
now that there's some brands that you are loyal to now, and you will not even touch another brand. Why? Because of the services you are getting from the brand A. Now, that's what brands understand. So you are making them a robot. Aside the fact that I'm giving you this solution, how am I giving you that solution? Am I giving you like, you are at my mercy, so just take it anyhow? Or am I see you as a king? And that's why we tell you in marketing that the consumers are the king. They are the king. So you make them king. So you don't just say that they are the king in theoretical. In practical, make them the king. And that's it. So the other elements, like I said, is the comfort, the experience that comes with it, are the things that make them truly that hero. And end up, they are getting it in comfort. And they can come back to you 1 million times. And there's something in marketing called word of mouth. Word of mouth is what you don't pay for, that consumer becomes your advocate. How do they become your advocate? They only become advocate when they've actually tried your products, they are satisfied, they've been converted, and they've become loyal. And once they're loyal, they go out there and spread the gospel about your products. So it comes from them being the actual hero.
Wow, this is a master class, honestly speaking. I mean, I've just been, listening, internalizing everything you have been saying. And at the end of the day, we all pay for the experience. And if the experience makes us feel like kings, definitely become loyal to that brand.
100%.
But if reverse is the case, we look elsewhere.
The other brands, it's not a monopolistic brand. I will say, oh, if I don't get it, I can't get it anywhere. You move to the next place.
Wow. This is getting more interesting, but one thing, it's very important that we go on a quick break. Don't go anywhere, we will be right. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned on the show. You are watching Mind the Gap on ConsumerHallaTV. And you know what? My guest is the ever amazing Adedotun Ajibade, the Media and Insights Manager at Right Food Limited. He has been doing justice to our topic of discussion today. We have explored the world of brand storytelling, and he has said so much. In case you are just joining us, one thing, you don't miss so much. Or have they missed so much?
Well, not really.
Not really, like he said. So you still have a whole lot to unpack. I myself, I'm ready to, because this man here is loaded and has been giving us masterclass. But one thing, if you still want to enjoy all of this amazing content, you just have to do something very simple. Because we've been talking about storytelling, and we as ConsumerHallaTV, we give you very unique storytelling in terms of all our content. So you can subscribe to our channel across all our social media platforms on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube. Just click on the subscribe button. You get notified of all content that come from us, and you can also do it to share, to like, and you comment. I mean, you get to enjoy a lot, a lot. So, still talking about brand storytelling, let us look at this way. We've come to an age whereby technology has really, with the advent of technology, a lot of things have happened, and now we live in a world where artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
I mean, it's making so many people scared, and people are like, even looking at storytelling, some people or some brands actually utilize AI to tell their stories. And at what point do we then say, okay, let us use AI? But does AI even have human empathy? Does AI understand what it means to be human? So looking at that, so the question is not just only centered around AI. Let's also look at how we can use technologies to advance brand storytelling.
Yeah. So I think we'll just use probably one stone to kill like several birds now. And about AI, because one of the things is people already assume that AI has come to take people's job.
Exactly. People are scared.
People are scared, but this should not be.
Yes.
Because the fact remains that AI has come to make our job easier.
Easier.
And that's one of the things that people don't understand it too. Once somebody said that I believe in is that AI has not come to take your job, but AI has come to make you better. It's only those that don't understand how to use it.
It amplifies your job.
Exactly. So if you don't know how to use it, then that's when you can be scared, because someone that knows how to use it will take your job. Now, what it does is that, and I think why, based on that question on how it's going to enhance.
Even technologies
Now,
generally.
for me, there are different versions of the AI. We have the augmented reality, we have the virtual reality. We have even the chat GPT and all the likes. We have even the social media and every other thing. So, what it has done is that it has made your ideas to become more solidified. It has make you to be able to get data even when if it's needed, like probably as quick as possible. Before, when you need data, you need to probably wait 3 months, sometimes 1 month. Sometimes people go on the field to go and spend hours under the sun to get data. But these days, you can be in the corner of your room and get information about things that you can't get before quickly. These are the things that AI has done for us, and this is how it can enhance what we're talking about. So, for me, I think for a good storytelling, data is also important, and data are things that you can get now, even without leaving your house. For example, now, if I'm in the house now, I can just ask questions about probably some campaigns that have happened in the past on this particular topic, and AI will give me some of those campaigns. I can ask which brand have done something similar to this. Oh, in Africa, in the past 5 years, which brand have done something that have tied CSR, probably plus empathy and then some other things, and it will give you what you're looking for. So that can help you to also make your own idea more robust. Sometimes you can drop your idea for AI to say, oh, this is my idea, and it's tailored towards this set of people. Oh, how can you help me narrow it down to this particular niche? And AI will do it for you. So you can see now that it's only people that probably are lazy or people that are not that laid back that we actually have problem with AI. But if you are not, in fact, AI will make you to become a champion, and that's it.
Interesting. AI is going to make you become the champion as long as you know how well to utilize it, and
Exactly.
it enhances and amplifies your storytelling, because you are also doing the job. It's not as if everything is dependent on AI.
But it's your prompt that AI is working with. So that means how good your prompt is determines what you get from AI. So even if you put the prompt that doesn't really cut it, you also get the same thing.
And I love the fact that you mentioned data, because we live in a world whereby data is very important. And with technology, you can get accurate data, you can get facts. And these are things that technology has really helped to simplify.
Exactly. And also quick.
Yes, it's quick, quicker than it used to be.
Exactly.
Let's look at another thing about brand storytelling. What social impact does it have on consumers?
Okay. So in fact, there's one of our brands that I remember that won an award, a global award for one of the campaign on the something in the city of Port Harcourt. They call it suiting, or this black thing that comes from, um, and the and it's about social impact. When you talk about social impact, there's something about women empowerment, there's CSR, there's something about a lot of things have to do with the consumer, not about the products they're taking now, but about the environment. And these are the things that happens when we talk about storytelling. How it impacts on the social of the consumer. You talk about the recyclables, the environment, and all those things. These are the things. So we've have different advocacies that actually focus on this, and so you can see that aside the fact that consumers are getting value from products, even from the stories that a brand is telling, you can also bring the environmental part of it to play, which also make consumers to live a better life. So end of the day, I think it's a win-win thing for consumer, because brands have done a lot when it comes to this.
Interesting. And it's very interesting to know that brand storytelling has a lot of social impact on people, and through that way there could be a lot of advocacies. And at the end of the day, it's all about our environment, how safe it becomes, because these stories, they go a long way and they can become memorable. So I'm looking at it now. I want to link this to the next question I want to ask now. We've talked about the social impacts and how, for long, as you mentioned some of these campaigns, I could remember some that just flashed back through my mind. It's campaigns I've seen years back. Now, we know there are many brands and it's a crowded market. So at the end of the day, each brand wants to be distinct. Each brand wants to become memorable. So how can brands ensure that through their storytelling, they become distinct and memorable?
Okay. There's something they call blue ocean strategy, and one of the things that makes you stand out as a brand, which I think some brands have done, and I will mention a brand that I worked on, and not because I work on the brand, it's because of things they've done. There is, for example, let me use Biggie brand, 13 flavors, and they are distinct flavors. And now others are also copying that. And why do you think others are doing that? Because you realize that consumers are also, our taste bud is different, and consumer is yearning for more things. And when consumers see options, they're happy because, I'm used to this. One of the things about consumers is that we get tired easily, because I've been seeing this for a while. So we want to check other things. And when a brand understands that, let me play this, and you see what happens, the brand becomes memorable. So what makes a brand distinct is a brand that actually, or a brand to stand out, a brand that understands what the consumer is asking for or what they are looking for. If you are asking for something and a brand can connect with that and provide, there is no way you will not stand out. And there is no way it's not be as if you are the only brand in the market, because everybody just realized that, this brand is doing this. So, and I'll still go back to that beginning. Know the problem of the consumer. And not all the times that you want to play a mass market kind of thing. You might just do a niche market. Some brands want to appeal to everybody. You can't appeal to everybody. So you need to understand your target audience. There's a primary target audience, there's a secondary audience. So if your primary is the core, understand them, understand what they're asking, what they're looking for, and provide that. And you see that's how you can stand out. And that's it. So your consumer makes you stand out. How? By doing what they are actually yearning for.
By doing what your consumers are yearning for. At the end of the day, you can't stand out, you become distinct, and they remember you, because at the end of the day, it shows to them that you are not just selling. Because at that point it becomes like some brands, they just want to make the sale, and the consumers feel like these people, they are not offering us any solution. They are not providing any solution. All they just want to do is to make the money. And for instance, I would always want to use our brand, for example, ConsumerHallaTV. It's a consumer advocacy channel, and what we do is we tell stories from the point of the consumers, because you know that consumers need to be heard.
Sure.
So one thing that makes us stand out for this thing is because irrespective of the challenges you go through as a consumer, if you are facing any challenges and you need any form of advocacy, we are always 24/7 available for you. So that is something you do not get elsewhere. So you also mentioned, I'm just trying to link it up together, that as brands, you just have to recognize that it's more or less like your unique selling points at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because you mentioned Biggie, and you could say I smiled when you mentioned it, because I understand that, yes, I'm not an ambassador, but but I take it, and sometimes I don't want to mention my favorites Biggie products.
You will tell me after the show.
So I just well, maybe I tell you, I'll get a lot of facts.
You see, so you have to tell me.
Yes, and right, for instance, because yes, on one of our programs we were talking about all of these snacks. And we mentioned right. I remember, and I think I mentioned on that
Biggie rights and spicy.
Yes, and I mentioned that I like rights. I mentioned categorically, and that was on Restoration Box. We were talking about Restoration Box. We were talking about this. Then I mentioned that I liked rights. One thing that made me remember again was because of the fact that I paid for the experience, and that brand in particular has done something different to me. And the same way I would take a Biggie product and it has done something different. So all I'm just trying to say that one way or the other, it begins from the stories, and the brand recognizes the fact that we are trying to make our brand different and can be trusted.
Exactly.
So I'm just trying to lay more bricks on what you have said. And
then I'll say this, for me, we also need to understand that once the consumer becomes loyal, and we should not stop. There's something that we are doing well, and we shouldn't stop.
I'll still comment to that. You just went that out of my mind.
Okay, let me wait for.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, yes. So because one of the things that I've noticed about brands is that they might come with that, they come with that.
So much enthusiasm.
Exactly.
So yes.
And the point just shattered it. And it just the same way with a lady and a guy too, that you've promised heaven and earth, and then she has given you all her life, and then end of the day you just work on. You should continue. You should continue with as in what you're preaching and what you. So as you say it, also make sure that they will get it like that.
The good work you have begun, just ensure that yes, you keep on doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, he has preached it. So you just have to do that. So let's look at it, because when we talk about storytelling, it has different channels through which you can disseminate these stories. So let's also look at the content formats that work best for brands when it comes to dissemination of all these stories.
Well, I'll say it's good to be a mix of channels or formats, but I think the most important is the video. That's anything visual, and the reason being that there's you can see, you can hear, and then you see all emotion. So video content actually makes sense. So when I say video content, that means the likes of the TV, the likes of your digital, that means like TikTok, your Reels, and all those things, but the video format. Definitely we have the likes of the post, the radio, the billboard, and all those
traditional
things.
media.
The traditional media. So all of these things also come into play. But what I would say is that I see it as if you understand your consumer touch points, you also understand what you need to put there at that particular time. And that's why if you look at the media consumption, they see it from the point of when you wake up in the morning, what do you first do? Some might take their phone, so you might want to do programmatic, for example. After that, what do you do? Some might say they enter the public transport, then on the radio, put something there. Some might say, when they come down from the public transport, there's a billboard, they see that one. When they get to their office, you can see the journey. If let me share one example. One of my friends was telling me one time that during afternoon lunch, I just said, okay, let me just check his Instagram or something. And then one ad pops, and it was ad for one eatery. And it was lunchtime, and there was hunger. So the guy it was like at the right time. So as the ad pops, he just ordered the food. And he said it was so like on time and on point. So everything happens so fast. So you can see touch points, right timing. So, but digital, video format is actually one of the most important because there's a
it's more appealing.
appealing. So there's a way you see it and you feel like you're part of this. You might be distracted when you're listening to something, but when you see the visual and you just see yourself in it, and that's why the guy could order. If it's probably something else, he might not order that day.
Interesting and very insightful, because when you made mention of the fact that when it comes to videos, it's always have a way of appealing. It has a way of appealing to the target audience, because someone like me, when it comes to visuals, I'm always like interested in seeing, because it's colorful, it has tantalizing images, and you just want to see. And I think it's mostly timeless, because you can always go back to it, especially in this age that where you go online, you still see the videos. And talking about the content format, you look at TikTok, you look at Facebook, you look at YouTube,
IG,
Instagram, and at the end of the day, you realize that most times you use different formats for all of them. What works for TikTok might not necessarily work for Instagram, because different audience, different forms of storytelling. And you also mentioned that for radio, the way you might really appeal to the audience there might be different from when you use billboard.
Exactly. So that's why in marketing we talk about touch points, consumer touch points. Some consumers, and one of the things that some people also don't know when you are doing your media planning or scheduling is that what your consumer consume varies. If I'm targeting Gen Z, and I will not put some adverts on CNN or BBC, for example, because they don't go there. But if I'm targeting the likes of the industrialist entrepreneurs that are into business, where I will put their own information will be different from where I will put it for a Gen Z. So your audience also determines the media channel that you use and the touch point. Now, if I'm targeting the guys that are probably car owners and I put ad in the BRT, you know that the campaign has been defeated. I won't get results. So, but if I'm targeting people that works in probably they use the public transport, that go to markets,
commuters,
and I put the ad in the BRT, definitely they will see it and I will get return on investment. So it's not about spending money, it's about spending it wisely and spending it right. So understand the consumer, understand their touch points, understand the media they consume, and when you put money behind that, you will see the results.
Interesting. Everybody wants to see results. So lastly, before I allow you go, I said I was still coming back to a question although you touched on it. So just to finally wrap up on the show, what are the actionable tips or steps brands can actually launch on to build sustainable storytelling practice? What are those tips that they know that, okay, like you said, something you've begun already, just ensure that you stick to it. So what are those tips or practices they can actually hold on to still maintain their sustainable and effective brand storytelling?
Okay, so one of the I'll say it this way: consumer of today, they are always evolving. There's a particular brand, a phone brand that we used when we were growing up, and it was a very rugged and durable product. And at a point, the brand, became what we don't like because we've moved on. So we were moving faster than the product. Now, that your consumer today, you've known their problem and you've solved the problem, doesn't mean that they may remain on that spot. Also, that you've solved the problem doesn't mean that the solution of today is the same solution of tomorrow. Because there's technology, there's this and that, so they move, they advance. Now, you need to also evolve with your consumer. And that's what happens. That's why you have to be also big on research. So as probably on a quarterly or on half year or every year. So if it's every year, then you do your focus group discussion, bring your consumer, understand them. So that helps you to either what you need to do more on your experience. Now, probably before you used to do your packaging is like this. and those guys' tastes have moved. So your packaging is a bit not in their taste again. So you need to work on it. You maintain your product quality, but things around it. One of the things we talk about in marketing is what endear people to some product on shelf is the packaging. So if your product is good, but the packaging is wrong, you will still not get people to test it. It is until they try your product that they know that it is good and they become loyal. If they've not tried, they can't become loyal. So how would they try what they don't love? So that's why your packaging will also need to be enticing to appeal to those guys. So you can see that this thing is a function of part-time. You can't rest. You can't rest on the success of yesterday as a product owner or brand owner. So you have to keep on evolving. So one is you evolve with them. You tell a story that is emotional and connecting to them, is connected to them, and also you maintain what you are selling to them, consistency, so that there's something called from generation to generation. So that when their father has handed this over to them, they too can hand it over to their own children, because the quality remains the same. So not because I've gotten the father and the father has handed over to the son and now stop from the quality. So it must be consistent. So you can see now the storytelling must be emotional so that you can connect with them. You must evolve with them. Then the quality must actually be top notch. So once all these ones are there, then you always win.
You always win. Everybody wants to win. So thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
It has been insightful. It has been a whole lot. And Mr. Adedotun Ajibade, you have done amazingly well today.
Thank you.
So and I hope that any other time we beg you to please come join.
If you call me to say come tomorrow, you see me.
Oh wow, interesting. And okay, come tomorrow. I see you tomorrow.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. So thank you also for the masterclass. Thank you, because I personally have learned a lot, and I see myself as a brand. So I'm beginning to look at how do I tell my story that can appeal to my target audience. Exactly. And at the end of the day, I also need to evolve, because my audience are evolving. Exactly. And it would be nice if they are evolving and me, the brand or the product, I don't want to become outdated.
Exactly. And that's the issue with some brand. They're outdated now.
Yeah. All right. So this is all we can expound on Mind the Gap today. For an organizational growth this year, brands must leverage on the power of authentic storytelling that are appealing. And it is not just about what your brand sells. It all goes down to how well you treat your customers as heroes. So the question you should ask yourself is, how well do you treat your customers, and how well is your story relatable to them? And if you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do well to follow us across all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at ConsumerHalla. And we are always ready for you. And in case you have any complaints or you just want to drop your comments, please do well. We will always respond to you. Till I grace your screen next week, I am always bankable, and I am your bankable host. My name remains Iremofe Koforola. Goodbye.
people. We are at another movie premiere, the movie premiere of Advocacy Part 2. If you haven't seen the Part 1, I don't know what you're doing right now because the Part 1 is hot. And I'm very, very sure the Part 2 is going to be hotter. This movie premiere is packed with a lot of celebrities. You know, Sikira Sindodo, Jai. We're supposed to have the 80s cultural today. So what inspires this outfit tonight?
If I must confess, I'm actually coming from a movie set. Yeah, so I knew that I had to be here, regardless of what I'll be putting on.
Yeah.
So I decided, even if I'm not going with the 80s, at least let me just come with something. Yeah, do you understand? So what's my boss? Yeah. So basically, that's why.
You said it's your boss. So what's one word that you're going to describe? You're going to use to describe Mr. Femi Adebayo?
I think he's a pioneer. Yeah, he's a pioneer. I think his achievements over the years can actually buttress that, and we're all happy that he's on this journey. He has inspired a lot of people, you know, to be able to have faith in doing it big. You understand? Because I think the fear before now has always been the return from your investments, especially when it comes to Yoruba movie, doing it big.
Yeah.
And he took the risk. He took it upon himself to grow big, and he was able to inspire a lot of people to venture into this lane. And I think that's applaudable, you know. And I give it to him. He has inspired even we that are not on this stage yet, who haven't started producing big jobs like this. He's an inspiration to some of us, and it's good to be here again to, you know, support what he has done again. You understand me? And I think the sky is just the starting point for him. He's been doing it big and big, and I think there is a new innovation in this as well. This will be the first time, if I must confess, in a long time that we'll be having a big movie going into community cinemas.
Yeah.
So when I say he's a pioneer, you can see it again. And I'm very sure that with time, some other people would also like to toe this line. You understand? So basically, he's just doing it big and he's inspiring a lot of people.
All right, thank you very much. You've seen Advocacy Part 1?
Yes, of course.
So what is your take on that?
Amazing. Beautiful. I think that was like the first step to this stage.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So he was able to surprise a lot of us. We didn't see it coming. And it's wonderful to be part of a culture that can do something this great. I love my culture. I love the Yoruba culture. Every time I remember that I'm a Yoruba man, and now seeing an opportunity or somebody helping us to export our culture, because not just Nigerians see what he's doing, you know, people from abroad also see it, people in the diaspora. So I think the first one was beautiful. It was the beginning to something great, and I think that we're just saying sequels to great things basically after that.
So what, you say you love your culture so much. I'm also Yoruba. Yeah. So what is that one thing that makes Yoruba culture very unique than other cultures in Nigeria?
I think our dynamism. Yeah, I think our dynamism. Yoruba is deep. It's quite profound. You understand? Was it recently I was speaking with somebody and then we're playing on a particular word in Yoruba, Igba. And I realized that we can say
a lot of words.
You understand? Igba. You know, a whole lot of things. That's just one out of uncountable.
Yeah.
You get. So, and it's always beautiful when I get to even talk about my culture. And when I get to discuss about my culture, even abroad, when I have people teaching Yoruba to children abroad and getting paid for it. Why? Because their parents believe that this is something that should not fade from their own history. They want their kids to also be able to lay claim to their history, to where they are from, and all of that. So Yoruba is deep. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's wide. It's dynamic. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. Yeah.
So what are you expecting tonight from Agashikole Part 2? Since you have a very big expectation, I think you have from the Part 1, obviously. Yes. So what is that expectation that you have tonight from Agashikole Part 2?
Well, I think anything that a good movie would give you, suspense, thriller, love, sometimes, yeah.
We all need love in our life.
We all do, yeah. So anything great, I want to be surprised.
I want to be surprised also.
Yeah, I want to be surprised. Basically, I think surprise. Yeah.
So lastly, let's play a game. Okay. We do have different words that Gen Z use right now. Right. So it's the 80s that we're going back. We're going back to the 80s. Right now we're in the 1980s. Okay. Thereabout. Okay. What is that particular word? Well, I know you're not Gen Z. So what is that particular word that still stick with you? That still stuck with you till today from the 80s? You don't have languages. I'm going to be.
Because the thing is, we grew up with our parents not allowing us to go outside that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
G-U-N.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Another 5 words.
Ogun.
Mm-hmm.
Ogun.
Mm-hmm.
Ogun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm not confident you're not putting on 80s. You still look nice.
Thank you.
So what inspires this outfit?
Well, it was an 11th hour thing. I didn't plan to come here today, but we have to turn up for Femi Adebayo now, you get. So I had to just cook up something that, okay, as long as it's tracked, whether 1980, 1970, it doesn't matter. You just have to come correct. So that's why I'm here. Forget my look, forget it. But I'm here today to have fun.
Okay. So let's talk about Agashikole, because we have a movie premiere about Agashikole.
Yeah.
Now, you can speak Yoruba, right?
Of course.
Okay.
So Yoruba,
I can say Yoruba now.
I'm a Yoruba,
Swagger. Oh yeah, now, Kili expects the Agashikole Part 2. If you've watched the Part 1,
yes.
What are you expecting for Part 2?
Agashikole Ole. Now, movie to help money and it's full of what is them? Sorry, your English. Okay. Oje movie. Movie to Pony Logbon. And Ode to je movie to je pe o show Ashawa at Ishewa, right? And it's something that I'm proud of. Yes, we want our culture to be shown outside there to the world, and also I love being Yoruba, so coming to and what can happen to you if you don't turn a new leaf, it's a lot. It's a love income.
That's very, very nice. So now, what is that thing about Yoruba culture? You said you love Yoruba culture so much. What is that one thing about that you love the most? You love the culture, yeah, but what is that one that you love the most?
Asha. Okay. I love Asha. I love the tradition. The Yoruba culture is embedded in tradition, right? And the tradition is what makes you as a man. A tradition itself, right? It's what makes you as an individual to have a background, right? And if you're a man that lacks tradition, you lack everything. Number one, you won't even know your roots. You won't know your culture, where you come from. So tradition is what gives you. It's like our rules and regulation. What guides you? What makes you to be that entity? So that's what it's all about.
Thank you. So now, what is your favorite Yoruba myth? Yoruba, maybe like Ogun, Oya, Moremi. Who's your favorite one out of all of them? The story that actually appeals to you more.
Ogun laka ye osimole. Olomi le fe jewe. Olomi le fi mo ku mo bora. Ogun is the pathfinder. He was the one, even when all the other gods
lost their way. Ogun was the one that parted the road, that he took his cutlass and started to part way for them. So Ogun is my favorite deity.
Oh, do you think you have similarities with Ogun?
Do I have what?
Similarities with him?
No. Ogun gets angry easily. I don't. So.
No, you don't.
Ogun got angry and he took a machete and he killed everybody in that community. Yeah, he was angry because someone spilled his wine. And he took machete and killed everybody in that environment. I don't get angry like that.
I didn't know that part.
You don't know, I'm telling you now.
Thank you for telling us. Let's stay again.
Okay.
You know, Yoruba, we have one word,
okay,
one spelling that can mean a lot, that can be a lot of words.
Okay.
Like Igba, we have Igba, we have like Igba, like 200.
Okay.
Tell me one word apart from this Igba word that you can use to say other, like 3 other words.
Yeah, put me in there.
Okay, Ogun.
Ogun.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Evening.
So Elizabeth told me that you are the highest grossing director.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh wow!
I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah,
Storyteller.
Okay. So let's talk about BTS a little bit. How was it, and how are you feeling right now? Looking at the work you guys put in, showing itself.
Well, BTS is a story that we felt needed to be told, and it's been told, and it's been getting good reception. So we are happy about it. That people got the story. People are identifying with the story. It's relatable to them, and that's our intention from the beginning. So right now we are very elated that it's connecting with the people.
All right, thank you very much. So now let's come back to Ageshikole. You said part 1 about Ageshikole, right?
Oh, of course I did.
So what is your view of the part 1?
Ageshikole is a trailblazer, because it was when Ageshikole started with the historical, or let me say epic, style of filmmaking in the new Nollywood, in the new, cinema culture of Nollywood, that everybody started going back into it. So it shows that Ageshikole is indeed a trailblazer. Since then, people have been telling different kind of stories, historical, fictional, non-fictional, that's actually epic. Before then, people have stopped making epic films because they feel it's won't sell. But Ageshikole took the risk, and today we can say that Ageshikole started, something novel in the contemporary, cinema ecosystem of Nollywood. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to this night for this part 2 of this particular movie?
Well, I'm looking forward to something great. The way Ageshikole part 1 shocked me, I'm expecting a shocker too. And then from the stable of Femi Adebayo, it has always been something great. 7 Doors was everywhere. Ageshikole, won. And every film he has made, so I'm expecting something great from him. He's been winning all the awards, home and abroad. So he doesn't do anything in half measures. So I'm expecting something great tonight.
2026 is almost here. In fact, it's knocking already. Any new production that you're already working on, or something coming in for us?
Yeah, there are 1 or 2 things in the offing. But I do not have the permission to disclose many of the things, because non-disclosure agreement signed here and there. So but Nollywood is growing in leaps and bounds, and I believe that the fans, the lovers of Nollywood should be expecting a lot of things from Nollywood in 2026. We are going to do things bigger than what we have done in 2025 by God's grace.
All right, December is always a time where cinema is choked up with movies. A lot of people have 1 or 2 to say about that. Is it only December they can bring movie out? Why can't they bring it out other places? What would you like to say about that?
Yeah, movies come out every quarter and then they do well. Ori came out, Ori did well. There are different films that came out, Owambe Thieves, and film come out in every quarter, but the buzz around cinema in December is there, obviously, for the fact that
it's a holiday period. It's a time when people come together. They want to have fun. People who work in the corporate world or in the civil service, they get their 13th month salary. So there is loose cash to spend in December. So December is always being a festive period. It's a time of fun. It's a time of reunion. It's a time for family. It's a time for outing, so it helps, cinema going in December. So it's not as if it's only in cinema. It's only in December that cinema films can come out. But it's just a very good window, for filmmakers. I mean, we've seen films that have succeeded in January, in the middle of the year. So I mean, Wumitori's last film was not in December, and it made a lot of money. So it's not. December is not an exclusive preserve for cinema films, but it's a good time for lovers of cinema films to come out because it's holiday period. Yeah.
So Gen Z, we have our own language, like it's giving, period.
I didn't get that.
Now we have different languages that young people use. In your own time, because it's cultural, but you're taking it back to the 80s.
Yeah, sure.
What is that language that you can still remember that almost everybody used as a phrase?
As a phrase for what exactly? In what context?
It's giving, period. Like we do Gen Z language now. Is there any language back there that people speak about?
Yeah, I would say maybe things like Ikebe Super, maybe for anything that is big, or Bese Babasala, like Bonvita, big milk. If it's big, they will tell you it's Babasala size. So, I mean, those are some of the things that we grew up with, some of those street lingo that we grew up with. Yeah. So,
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm very, very fine.
We said 80s and you came.
Aww.
You came correct.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's talk about the Yoruba culture a little bit. What is that one thing you love most about the Yoruba culture?
What makes the Yoruba culture a culture? It makes it stand out. Our tradition, the way we do our things, the courtesy when it comes to Yoruba culture is a top tier for me. Like, I am a sucker. If I wasn't a Yoruba, I would want to be a Yoruba.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Agashikole.
Okay.
The part one, you've seen the part one, right?
Yes, I did.
So what would you say about the part one?
The part one was intriguing. It was suspense filled. It was outstanding, and I'm sure part two is not going to be anything short of that.
So what are you expecting in part two?
Everything that makes Ageshikole 2. From the casting, from the plotting, from the scripting, from the dialogue, from the sets, from everything that makes that movie. I'm here for it.
So who is your favorite Yoruba lord? Like Lord, Goddess, God, like Ogun? Oh yeah, which one is your favorite?
All of them.
You don't have a favorite?
All of them, because they are individually significant in their own way. And like I said, I'm a sucker for the Yoruba culture. So yes, Eshu, Songo, Oya, Obatala, Orumila, they all have significance, they are significantly outstanding. So I don't have a specific one that I love them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the fact that Agashikole is coming to local cinemas.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think that's a great initiative. Because we are revolving, we shouldn't take our own thing away from the grassroots.
Yeah.
And when I get to know Agashikole 2 was going to be showing in local cinemas, I said, that's it. That's it. Because we shouldn't say because we've grown, we should take our own thing away from the roots. Because the root is what made us.
Yeah.
We cannot deny that. Either as a producer or as an actor, even as an actor generally, is the roots that made us. Now, if we are here, we are for the upper class.
Yeah.
that doesn't mean we should do something for the upper class alone and take it away from the roots that made us. So I am so glad Ageshikole is going to the grassroots. Let those people who made us, let them see what we are doing even when we are up there. So that's it.
Thank you very much, ma. So now, lastly, what is one word you would want to tell Mr. Femi Adebayo right now?
Femi Adebayo, keep keeping on. You know, I told you, keep keeping on. Like you are there already. Like Barolo and Ijabo, you will not fail. You will not fall. Keep keeping on. You are a pace setter, and again, I'm a fan, and I'm always rooting for you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Aijele Tumari. Keep watching ConsumerHallaTV. Clock it.
Fine. How are you doing?
Very well. My name is very well.
So it says the 80s.
Yeah.
Are we in the 80s right now?
Do I look like the 80s?
I don't think so. I think you look like the 90s. I think so.
I need to sack this thing up.
No, I think you look like the 90s. Honestly.
Oh,
I don't think they wear this in the 80s, do
they
they?
did now.
Oh wow! So they got style.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, they had style, man. You're going back. So some of the fashion now is kind of, well, I know that one is not there because I don't beat my kids.
But don't you know that can be a little bit traumatic? Let's be real. The beating can be overboard.
Do I look traumatized too?
No, you don't. But like I'm saying, that for some people, it can be overboard. They'll beat some people
But
and
wait,
you faint.
wait. Why are we talking about beating?
Because you're talking about the culture there. It's not really normal now, you know.
Okay. So maybe something else. The cars are different.
The cars. I think I love vintage cars. I think I love the cars of that time.
Well, I mean, I love the cars back then, but the cars back then were stronger. But now it's about faster. Now it's about
speed, sports, you know, stuff like that.
sports and fast cars.
All right.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Ageshikole. How is Ageshikole? How do you feel about the part 1? What are you expecting from the part 2?
So, what I'm going to say is simple. Ageshikole is a movement. It's a cultural movement that you need to be a part of. If you're not a part of the Ageshikole cultural movement, then you're not one of those people who is wishing the entertainment space really well, because some people will come and tell you, I don't want Nigerian films. So how do you want Nigerian films to become like what you love if you don't encourage them?
It's funny.
You know.
It's funny like that. So now let's talk about the culture. What is that one thing that you love the most about the Yoruba culture?
Oh my God, the clothes, the dance.
The dance. You're the first one that's talking about the dance.
Oh my God, the dance is so lovely.
Hey.
The bata, yes.
Yeah, bata is so beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
One of the Yoruba gods or goddess, which one do you like the most out of all the gods or goddess?
Which one is the one of water? Oya.
Is it Oya or Oloku?
Oshu. Anything that has to do with water and weather, I love.
Oh wow, really? Which one is for weather? Is it Shango?
Yeah.
Because it's thunder. Oh,
thunder.
Okay. Well, that's nice. What is one that you want to say Mr. Femi right now if you see him about this particular movie?
Mr. Femi, I love you. Well done for making Ageshikole 1 and 2.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing tonight?
I'm okay, I'm good.
So you're here for Ageshikole part 2,
Yeah.
movie premiere.
Yes,
So what is your take on the first one?
the first one was a real one, and I love it so much because it entails a lot of things that we need to know about the Yoruba culture, and then the razzmatazz that came along with it again. So and then I have that belief that I'm sure that Femi must have missed something in the part 1 that people need, that is going to blow the mind of people, that makes him to do this part 2, and that is what I'm so curious to watch, because I know this is going to be better than that part 1.
So now you are a northerner.
Yeah.
But we're here at the Yoruba setting.
Exactly.
Because it's giving Yoruba.
It's the Yoruba. Look at the whole atmosphere is Yoruba.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So what is that one thing that makes the Hausa culture? I love the Hausa culture because I'm part of the Hausa culture.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing that makes the Hausa culture very unique other than other cultures in Nigeria?
One thing that makes the Hausa culture very unique than other culture. Well, I think everybody's culture is unique, but if I say more than other culture, I might not be fair.
It's different.
That's different.
Yeah, one thing that is distinct with them.
Honesty.
Honestly, I agree. I agree with you.
Honesty.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So now, talking about the part 2 of Agashikole, and what are you looking forward to in the part 2?
Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to a total package better than the part 1. And so I just don't want to preempt it because, secondly, I cannot even preempt it because I've never watched it yet. So, but then, like I said, I'm so optimistic, and I know everybody's going to have a swell time.
So let's play a small game.
Yeah.
What is one thing that the Hausas and the Yoruba say that is the same, but maybe a little bit different? I know one.
Dunia.
Dunia.
Amma.
I think Dunia is an Arabic word.
Yeah, but then the Yoruba says, the Hausa says it. Okay, Amma.
Amma. Or Chibi.
Exactly.
Chibi.
Or Chibi or Amma, because when I came and I found that the way Yoruba speak, I say Amma, I say, but Amma is Hausa. I say it's also Yoruba. I say, oh, okay, fine.
Said Amma. Hausa said Amma.
Yeah, the Amma is the oral, but it's the same spelling.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. It's just the oral pronunciation. Yeah.
Like we have Chibi.
Exactly.
The Hausa said Chibi. Yoruba said Chibi. No, it is Chokali, but we don't call it Chibi.
It is Chokali in the Kano Hausa, but in the Sokoto Hausa is Chibi. Exactly. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Alright, jama'a barkanku da sunana Said Muhammad aka fi da wato Funky Malam, yanzu kuma na red carpet ne kuma ana mai interview wato ConsumerHalla TV. Idan kana son wato ayi halarin dinka game da wato entertainment, ka ci gaba da kallon ConsumerHalla TV, a nan ne zaka shakata ka huta ka ji dadin rayuwarka. Nagode.
Ekale sir.
Sabawo.
Yes sir.
Sabawo olu.
Ekale.
Ekale obawo.
Mo wà pa because alẹ́ yìí a ní sórí ìbò nítorí ní alẹ́ yìí a ní sórí ìbò mo máa bèrè àwọn ìbéèrè ráńpẹ́ kan lọ́wọ́ yìí a wà ní ibi tamata tí ń ṣe ayẹyẹ Agashikole 2 Agashikole apá kejì hey okay so ó dáa kí lẹ ní láti sọ nípa Agashikole apá kejì.
Gbogbo wa ta ti wo èyí tí wọ́n ti ṣe sẹ́yìn ní apá kìíní la rí wípé iṣẹ́ ńlá ni wọ́n ṣe síbẹ̀. Èrò láti gbé apá kejì yìí jáde, èrò tó pé ni tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n gbọ́ sí àwa olólùfẹ́ wọn lẹ́nu láti lè jẹ́ kí a tún mọ nǹkan tó tún máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Inú wa dùn láti tún rí apá kejì, inú mi dùn láti wà níbí ní alẹ́ yìí láti wá yẹ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi sí.
So ẹ lè ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àṣà nítorí ìdí èyí ẹ lè ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àṣà Yorùbá. Kí ni nǹkan yẹn gangan tí ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí jùlọ nípa àṣà Yorùbá?
Nǹkan tí mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí jùlọ nípa àṣà Yorùbá ni àṣà Yorùbá.
Gbogbo ẹ̀.
Kò sí àṣà dànù ní àṣà Yorùbá. Tí n bá sọ pé ṣé ìmúra ni mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí jù ni mo ti ń pa èdè lẹ́kún nìyẹn nítorí èdè ni ẹ̀mí àṣà, èdè ni ẹ̀mí ìmúra náà. Tí bá dẹ̀ ní èdè ni mo fẹ́ràn jù, ó dà pé ẹni tẹ́ máa bí mi pé ẹ̀yà ara wo ni mo fẹ́ràn jù.
Ó ti yé mi báyìí so gbogbo ẹ̀ nítorí ní èdè èyí gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí jùlọ. Kí ni nǹkan ayọ̀ kan tẹ́ máa sọ fún mi Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Fẹ́mi Adébáyọ̀ ní alẹ́ tẹ́ bá rí wọn?
Nǹkan tí mo máa sọ fún wọn ni wípé wọ́n kú ìfọmọ ènìyàn ṣe, wọ́n kú wájú. Elédùmarè tó fi wọ́n ṣaṣíwájú kò ní sí wọn, kò ní fà wọ́n sẹ́yìn, òkè ni wọ́n máa lọ nítorí wọ́n gbìyànjú gan.
Kẹ́ tó kúrò ní orí red carpet ní alẹ́ yìí kí ni ìgbìyànjú wo lẹ máa gba àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n fi ọwọ́ ró àṣà Yorùbá sẹ́yìn lásìkò yìí?
Wọ́n fọwọ́ ró àṣà Yorùbá sẹ́yìn nítorí pé wọ́n mọ nǹkan tí àṣà Yorùbá jẹ́. Ó dàbí pé bí èèyàn tó bá ń fi ọwọ́ ró àṣà Yorùbá sẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, ó dàbí èèyàn tí ó mọ̀ nípa
bíi pé kéèyàn fẹ́ràn bí oúnjẹ kó wá má ṣe oúnjẹ, kó má lọ ra oúnjẹ, kó má jẹun. Ìyẹn ni pé kò mọ̀ wúlò oúnjẹ nìyẹn. Èèyàn tó bá mọ̀ wúlò oúnjẹ á jẹun. Èèyàn tó bá mọ̀ wúlò àṣà kò ní fọwọ́ rá àṣà sẹ́yìn. Àwọn tó bá fọwọ́ rá àṣà sẹ́yìn, ìyẹn ni wípé wọ́n ti mọ̀ wúlò àṣà nìyẹn. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe yẹn bíi pé bí oúnjẹ yẹn ni, àṣà á máa parun lórí wọn. Nígbà téèyàn bá jẹun, èèyàn ò ní lè ní okun láti lè ṣe nǹkan tó dáa. Téèyàn ò bá gbé àṣà lárugẹ, èèyàn kò ní lè sí ọ̀nà láti lè jẹ́ kí àṣà yẹn tẹ̀síwájú nípasẹ̀ ẹnìyẹn. Ó pé lẹ́nìyẹn.
Ẹ ṣé gan. Ẹ ṣé.
Good evening.
How are you doing tonight?
Intentional.
Because of the culture?
No. Just I chose to stand out, look different, and look bigger.
Hey.
Not Niger or Yoruba. Or see.
You embodied everything.
I can tell you I look Cameroonian.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah. As I say, it's deliberate. It's intentional.
Let's talk about the Yoruba culture.
Okay.
What do you love the most about the Yoruba culture?
Everything, from our birth circumstances to the names. Yoruba will say Lela Okaloso Moroko. For instance, my name Olayemi, you should know the meaning.
Yes.
You know, no slave name in my house. Slave name means foreign names. So Igbo names, all these foreign names are not Nigerian names. So I'm Olayemi Olufala, strictly Nigerian names, Yoruba names. So Yoruba is the most dynamic race that I know in the whole universe. And we are so dynamic in the sense that we invent and reinvent culturally. You know, take it from our profession, theater. You can see how we trailblaze, how we set the pace. We're always at the top. To the music level, see all our children, Ashake, Whiskey, Davido. You know, from their fathers, their grandfathers, see, they're there. It's only Yoruba you find. Sonny will be 80, episode is like 83 already.
Oh, wow.
They are still singing, they are still performing. Up to Wasu Shino Peters. I love Yoruba culture. And then we are very stylish.
Very stylish.
Everything, we set the pace. Socially, we are number one.
Hey.
Academically, we are number one.
Okay.
Culturally, we are the widest and the deepest and the most accepted all over the world. Yoruba nation spans about 70 million all over the world. So Yoruba race is the most widely spread. We have Yoruba with the political engineering of the society. It's just to checkmate them, to tell them to do things right.
Yes, sir.
And that is what Ageshikole symbolizes. Ageshikole appears to those evil-minded ones to chastise them, scold them, if possible, take them out of the scene so that we can have a better society, an edifying society, a society that is growing, that will grow and develop and get to Eldorado. So Ageshikole symbolizes that agent of change for good, of justice for good.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. You look stunning.
Thank you.
It is the 80s today, but we didn't go there. Why? Why didn't we go there?
I mean, it's the 80s. It's not like it's the 60s, right?
Yeah.
So I can fungify my 80s look.
Okay.
You know.
I know. So now, let's talk about Yoruba culture. What is that one thing you love the most about the Yoruba culture?
I love the fact that we are different. Like we are respectful.
What do you say respect?
Yes, we are respectful. People. That's like our main
thing.
Yes, our main attribute. Exactly.
So thank you very much. Now let's talk about Ageshikole. You've seen the part one. What do you think about it?
Of course, we all know that the part one was phenomenal. So I'm not expecting anything less from this one. So I'm just looking forward to, have fun, catch the vibes, and be happy today.
Today about Agashikole Part 2. So you have high expectations.
Of course, we all do.
You look like a goddess.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen you in a lot of beautiful movies portraying goddess and everything, and you always look so stunning. What is your favorite god or goddess in Yoruba mythology?
Olokun.
You play that a lot of times. I should have expected that.
Yes.
Why do you like Olokun so much?
Because I was once crowned Miss Olokun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you deserve it. Trust me. So, what is that one thing you're going to tell Mr. Femi Adebayo this night if you see him?
I always tell him that he's beyond the Yoruba setting.
Yeah,
so
that box.
I'm just going to tell him to keep doing it, keep pushing. He sort of encourages us to be better with our production, so he should just keep setting the pace.
I mean, Never TV has a beautiful production on YouTube. I watch your movies, But are there any other future production that we should be expecting maybe before the end of 2025, or we have to wait till 2025?
Actually, I am not sure if I'm still going to drop any movie for the year, but 2026, expect a lot from my channel.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Yetunde Barnabas Olainka. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
You look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so what inspires your outfit tonight? It's not the 80s though. I hope you know.
Okay, let me say this is Cape here.
Okay, so you just have to put it on. So you styled yourself?
Yeah, I did. I did it myself.
So culturally, what do you love the most about the Yoruba culture?
Everything about Yoruba culture. Everything about Yoruba culture, I love it.
Yeah.
The language, the costume, our food, our dance, attires. Yeah, I love everything about Yoruba culture because I'm a raw Yoruba man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you love it about the Yoruba culture?
I love everything about Yoruba culture.
Speaking of then and now, what is one thing that is different that we, the youth of nowadays, do differently from your own time?
Which my own time? Have I know you?
You're not.
I am you. Stop saying that, Gary. I won't be able to answer that question.
Oh, they don't.
Why would you say then and now? Am I not now?
No, then and now. What is that one thing that is different? Honestly.
Then and now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. Social media have changed so many things now. Yeah, but let me be sincere with you. What we left behind then, we are coming to it now. In an upgrading way.
Okay.
So look at what I'm putting on now.
Yes.
It's something that our forefathers have worn before, and now I am putting it in another way, in another dimension, based on the civilization that happened. So let me just put it that way.
Has already happened.
Yeah,
so we are getting there. We're going back and forth.
No. I just said it now. We are going back to what
used to be.
Yeah, in another form. In another. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So that's just it.
Yeah. So lastly, if you see Mr. Femi right now, what will you tell him about his production? What will you say to him?
I'll give kudos to him. Kudos because Femi has been a versatile producer.
Yeah.
Femi reads so many things, and for him to bring Ageshikole Part 2 without millions of naira project to a community theater. So I give it to you. Organic.
So nípa movie tó fẹ́ gbé jáde lálẹ́.
Ageshikole Part 2. Adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wípé àsọpọ̀ máa wáyé tí máa sọ nípa ẹ̀ ní pé káwọn èèyàn kan hope for the best. Lágbára Ọlọ́run kò ní sí lágbára Ọlọ́run everything is fine and it's, they won't be disappointed at all about it, and I assure them we're going to learn a lot.
Yes, sir. Kí ni nǹkan tí ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ jùlọ nípa àṣà Yorùbá, Daddy?
ìkíní náà èdè wa mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ èdè wa èdè Yorùbá ní gidigidi gan. Òyìnbó gan fúnra ẹ sọ pé you promote your language to preserve your culture. Màá fàsìkò sọ fún àwọn obìnrin pé kí wọ́n rọra máa sọ òyìnbó fáwọn ọmọ wọn. Yorùbá ni kán máa sọ sí wọn. Maybe including yourself to do it on Yorùbá ni kẹ́ máa sọ fún wọn. Ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ ṣé gan sir.
Kalẹ̀ o. Dandan mú wa.
Ṣé ká sọ Yorùbá bí ká sọ English?
Lè máa
mix
méjèèjì papọ̀.
Okay, jẹ́ ká lọ. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, I'm well. I'm happy to be here to celebrate Dr. Femi Adebayo. Ageshikole 2.
Yeah.
But then did they climb any Ashin to enter here?
No, they no climb Ashin, but they climbed one car like that was boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, making noise. So
he was shaking, yeah. He was shaking. So, as a Yoruba woman, what is that one thing you love about your culture?
Respect.
What's everybody saying respect?
Because Ekonye is very necessary in this day and age that way.
I know, right? Everybody saying
yeah, so respect, Tani. When you even if the person is 1 hour older than you accord that person that respect. Auntie, sister, brother, so respect is one. And with respect, you're automatically, once your mind is programmed, you're automatically shifted into that space of you can't just talk to this person anyhow because they're older than you.
Yeah.
So respect.
But
respect.
That's not really given this stage, yeah. Just there.
Oh, my Gen Z
nobody, we don't care. But I care actually.
Are you Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z.
You are good. You are a good Gen Z.
I am Gen Z actually. So now, what do you love the most during your time? That you miss right now. What's that one?
As a child,
yeah.
Being able to play outside.
You can't play outside now.
No, these days it's not. I said not being safe. It's just not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. Now there are too many devices at home.
Oh yeah,
iPad, television. By 4 p.m., 4 o'clock. I call national anthem. Get television to turn. Yes, 4 o'clock. Yes, 4 o'clock. What's called national anthem? Then I watch a cartoon between 4 to 6. Cartoon time. 6 p.m. news will come on. So I miss those times. Yes.
So I think my favorite game to play growing up was Suwe.
For me, Tente.
I love Tente.
Tente champion.
Oh, you love Tente?
Because anybody to live. No, me Tente.
What about Ginger?
How
is Ginger?
Ginger is no longer in cinemas now. But we had a good run. Almost 12 weeks. We had a very good run.
Very beautiful.
Yes, 522 million in cinemas.
Yeah.
Non-festive period. Yeah. I think we did amazing.
4 women.
Amazing. Myself, Kiki, Bolaji, Wumi Toriola, we did fantastic.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. On it.
I can bet on it.
Okay, I'm going to look for you afterwards.
100%.
Okay, so now we are in the 80s. You said we should go back to the 80s. What is that one thing that the 80s people do that people of nowadays don't do? The way you get dressed.
Because the 80s, then we used to appreciate our culture.
Yeah.
Then we used to respect the elders. Then we used to do things that will not put shame on the face of your family. That was 80s, 70s, 60s. But nowadays, the social media has taken away so many things. But we are moving.
Thank you very much, sir. So let me ask you let's play a game. Yoruba word, Igba can also be Igba, can also be Igba. So let's tell me something that rhymes with that can also go with Ogun. Like 5.
Ogun.
No, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you. You look so beautiful. So what inspires the outfit? You are on point. First of all.
Thank you. The inspiration, first off, I styled myself.
Oh.
Maybe not myself, I stole my mommy's clothes.
Oh.
You can tell that it's very big.
It doesn't look like that though. Oh really? It doesn't. It looks so nice.
Thank you. So I just picked her old clothing, like you know how mothers don't want to give away those old clothes. So yes, I went to pick this kind of colors, and I had this obviously. I just thought I'd pick something. Yeah.
It looks very, very nice.
Thank you so much.
So now, since you're looking like a queen, so what do we love the most about the Yoruba culture?
So I think I love the idea that respect is instilled in us, right? So because we are seeing the new generation, and we are seeing the foreign generations were picking their habits, and sometimes we are like, come on now, respect is the least.
Yeah.
So I love that culture makes us still respect. I love that, yeah.
So now let's talk about people who are seeing you mostly in English speaking movies.
Yeah.
I don't think most people know Yoruba. Maybe if we look at the end credits. So why are we not seeing Yoruba Nollywood?
Well, so I think first off, the reason a lot of people have that problem with me is because my first name on social media was Pearl Crown Fit.
Oh.
So it was after I did the Giacomo Born Again Stripper with Antonio Abraham that she told me, she advised that put Lolade Okusan and let people know your name, you know. So that's when people were like, so you're Yoruba? And I think I'm happy in Yoruba movies because Yoruba no, don't more on that about it. It's giving already. So I'm always in movies that have Yoruba and English so that I could get my Yoruba better.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why.
So your name, Olalade, is a very beautiful name. I think it means the owner of wealth has come. Omo, that name deserves its own accolade.
Yes, a beautiful
so
name.
now, you've spoken about what is that one thing that you love the most about the culture of Yoruba? You said that it
Respect.
is respect.
Yes.
Apart from respect, any other thing that you love the most?
Well, I think is our attires. Yeah.
I mean, look at you.
You can never go wrong without makeup, with makeup, without hair, with hair. If I take my wig off, there's my hair, you know, and it's just everything about us, especially the fashion side. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So what are you expecting from Ageshikole Part 2 this night?
Ageshikole is like, I wrote some of my story one time that is like my best movie.
Oh.
So,
caught you today,
you know, so I just want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. That's it.
So Ageshikole is in local cinema. What would you like to say about that lastly?
I think it's a beautiful innovation, first off, because it means that we can go there and go.
I can't wait to catch you there. Thank you so much for joining.
Welcome. Have a good one.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for gracing the red carpet. So what would you like to say about Ageshikole, first of all?
I've seen the part 1. It was amazing. This one, I'm part of the part 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when Femi Adebayo called me, I was amazed. I was happy because Femi Adebayo is an amazing producer. You know, he has done the likes of Jagun Jagun, 7 Doors, and you know, he's always breaking, you know. And this one is a masterpiece that everybody's gonna love.
So what would you talk about the role you took in this one? What would you talk about? What would you say about it?
It was a little bit challenging because of the character that I played.
Oh, really?
It wasn't much, but a little bit challenging. But it was amazing.
You had fun?
Oh yes, I did.
So set life, everything, tell about
beautiful 100. Yeah.
So this particular movie, what do you think? How do you think it's going to appeal to the audience watching at home?
People loved Ageshikole Part 1.
Yeah.
They love 7 Doors.
Yeah.
They love Jagun Jagun. So what do you to accept it? And they would love it.
Thank you very much. Culturally, this is a movie that promotes culture.
Yeah.
Even though it tells us in a very different, you know. Talking about what today now?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. My name is Tayo Doeke, popular on Secret Sinodo. Keep watching ConsumerHallaTV.
Hi. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good evening and welcome to the news highlights on ConsumerHallaTV. I'm Kikelomo Ajibola. Let's start with our first highlights this evening. The Nigeria Customs Service Kaduna Area Command said it collected a total of 14.6 billion naira as revenue in the last quarter of 2025. In a statement, the Public Relations Officer of the command, Dauda Adamu, explained that the figure increased by 3.8 billion naira when compared to the 10.8 billion naira collected in the same period in 2024, representing a 35% increase. The shutdown of refineries across Europe and North America has tightened global fuel markets and handed Nigeria's Dangote refinery greater leverage in shaping refined products balances, according to energy intelligence firm Kepler. Away from that news highlights now, the Naira closed the midweek trading session at 1,423 Naira per dollar at the official foreign exchange market, extending a mixed performance that contrasts CBN and Nairametrics research shows that while the official market remains relatively stable, pressures persist outside this regulated window. The gap between both FX windows have narrowed slightly, but remains wide, demonstrating ongoing market reforms and structural constraints in Nigeria's currency market. Has commenced enforcement of the ban on the production and sale of alcohol in sachet and PET bottles below 200 ml. This is in line with a Senate directive aimed at protecting public health. Let's move away from that now. Total assets held by insurance companies in Nigeria surged to a record 4.619 trillion naira at the end of the second quarter of 2025. This is according to the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) latest quarterly statistical bulletin, which highlights the sector's growing resilience and focus on investment in both tangible and intangible assets. The Nigerian Communications Commission has licensed 6 new internet service providers, ISPs, to operate in Nigeria effective January 1, 2026, deepening markets already under pressure from global mobile network operators. The federal government has moved to significantly scale up domestic borrowing, planning to raise as much as 900 billion naira. The amount doubles the 450 billion naira it's targeted in January 2025 as fiscal pressures and refinancing needs continue to mount. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria is expected to conduct today its second Treasury bills auction for the month of January 2026, valued at 1.15 trillion naira, amid elevated system liquidity and mixed interest rate expectations. The Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise has raised serious concerns over renewed non-alcoholic beverages in Nigeria. And now in Lagos State, the Lagos State government, through the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, has sealed 3 residential properties across the Lekki-Ajah axis for various acts of environmental and unlawful wastewater disposal, posing serious risk. Dapo Abiodun has launched a first-of-its-kind artificial intelligence-powered teaching and learning platform known as the Ogun Learning Enhancement and Academic Resource Network-powered teaching and learning platform known as the Ogun Learning Enhancement and Academic Resource Network called Ogun Learn. Lastly, this evening, I secured a third Guinness World Records title following after a post-event review of a 2025 record. I'm Kikelomo Ajibola. ConsumerHallaTV goes on now to come back tomorrow morning. Please just follow us across all our social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube. That's ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is absolutely free. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night.